out, folks. We heard another Weebaholic. Wait, One Piece chapter review, chapter 10, 4v1. Let's go. So, guys, introduce yourself. Everybody's seen you on the channel before, but just reintroductions, man.
Yes, sir. You can go first, Jake, if you want.
All right. I'll take it this time. What's up? I'm Jake. You can find me at the Buttery Males Pod on Instagram. It's the podcast we do. It's a comedy podcast. Check me out there. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Thanks for coming on, man. What about you, Buck?
Yes, sir. I mean, even before I say that, y'all better go check Jake's shit out right now. Anyway, it's your boy, aka Life Buck. Of course, my pleasure. I'm an artist / I make some AniTube content as well, some videos on YouTube, and I make anime edits for my tracks, so just go check me out,
For sure.
And same for his content. I mean, we don't have to put this in here. This is our second time doing this, but I do mean it. His AMVs are fucking dope, and I really like them. They're sick.
They're sick.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you gentlemen are on to talk about this latest chapter with me. So you guys can follow Anime Gensho, all podcasting platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that great shabazz. I be forgetting to say this, but leave a 5-star. Even if you didn't enjoy it, leave a 5-star. Comment. I don't care if you think it's trash or it's the greatest thing you ever seen. Comment something.
Please. Comment is always welcome. Always.
Yeah. Because if you have enough time to hate me, you love me.
Facts.
So, but also subscribe Anime Gensho on YouTube. Always, because I have more content than like podcast stuff. I have anime recommendations. I plan to do Sakamoko Days like that. Do that. Rashid's gonna do solo leveling and all different types of manga that you guys are into and stuff like that. You can follow us on Twitter, anime_Gensho, and that's about RNC Dark, Twitch and YouTube for Rashid streaming. He streams every Monday or Friday, 5:30 Eastern time, and also Isaac.Lens. He's a photographer and videographer if you are ever in the DMV area and want some type of whatever. Now let's get into this chapter. Not gonna lie to y'all, we did it. This is the second time, so we might go through some things a little faster than the first time we did it. But chapter 1041, let's get into it. So manga panel or whatever, or panel cover, we see Pudding kicking some ass.
Facts.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I like this a lot. It says she's hitting these guys because they bullied Sanji.
Her baby.
Actually, Alex, you had a really good take about this whole thing, and I think you should maybe say that, like, what Pudding's up to, like.
For sure. For me, when I saw the cover, it made me think, okay, Pudding is putting on an act for Oven, who's obviously watching them and trying to, pretending that she hates them, or like, she's like roughing them up, for some reason, but she's actually pretending, and she's gonna be the one to actually help them escape. And I do think she did the same thing for Sanji, like during whole Kikaishi, she was pretending to the whole family, like, oh yeah, no, I'm bringing him to like execute him or bring him back. You know what I mean? Like just try.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Hey man, I saw some people say Pudding for Straw Hat. No.
I never got that vibe.
She supports the Straw Hat. She supports Sanji, who is a part of the Straw Hats. But she's a big mom pirate at heart.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Also, I like how it's funny how they're brothers, of course, but when they punch them, the same lips as Sanji, their lips perk up.
That's true. I didn't even notice that. So
they're brothers, so but not everybody has the same lips or whatever. But I thought it was funny or whatever. But let's get into the chapter.
Yes, sir.
Who wants to start off with their initial thoughts of everything? Like, you guys can start it off.
You can take it. You got it, yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Or whoever. I'll go second or whatever.
Okay, Zunisha comes through or whatever. We also get a story. We also hear about how Odin ripped out pieces of the journal. We get a lot of info dump. We get a lot of little teas of the meat, as we said in our first recording or whatever. What do you guys think about everything from Zunisha to, we even speculated that, we even came up with a theory, or didn't come up with it, but we talked about how maybe Kinemon is actually, the chosen one.
You mean Momo, but
Oh, Momo,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
bad, Momo.
yeah, for sure. But Loki, I think also something we didn't mention last time is well, I'm having my brain just had a blank. Holy shit.
That's what was going on the
My
whole
brain just
time when
had a
like I was trying to like
Oh.
what's up. It was like
Right. No, for sure. One thing that we forgot to mention last time is that it's confirmed that Zunisha was a partner of Joy Boy, was like a friend of Joy Boy. You know what I mean? Like, not so much like it could be like, you know, there's a lot of theory that like Zunisha is Pluton and whatnot, but it seems more like Zunisha was a character, whether it was the elephant or not, like was a character in the war and like helping Joy Boy. So I think that's interesting. You know.
right.
Yeah, that's sick. Like I like that. What is it? God, I'm having a blank now too. But basically the fact that I think you actually said it best. Like the first time we did this, it was like, well, you mentioned that you think Momonosuke is going to be Joy Boy, and like it does make sense. Like in my mind, it's either him or it's Luffy. I can't tell, but you had like some good points as to why it could be Momonosuke. You were talking about when they were going to Fishman Island, and like I don't know if you want to take it away on that point.
Yeah,
'cause,
definitely. Like the Sea Kings, when they were going to Fishman Island and Luffy heard the Sea Kings talk, they said they were. Oh no, this was the flashback during Odin when the Roger Pirates were going to Fishman.
Yeah.
And Roger heard them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, a new sovereign is gonna be born soon." And it's like they had mentioned it was gonna be two sovereigns that was gonna lead this dawn. So Shirahoshi is one of the sovereigns, as we know, she's a princess, and Momo is obviously the next shogun of Wano. So he would be the next sovereign in this particular thing. And now that I think about it too, maybe Joy Boy is more of a political figure because once Luffy takes down the world government, you need political figures to lead the you know, like the world can't be unstructured.
Luffy can't be a political figure either.
Right,
definitely not.
Right.
Yeah, those are my thoughts. You know.
No, for sure.
I like that a lot. I like those theories a lot. Like I still am like confused, like, you know, or not confused. It's just like not totally nailed down as to who it is yet. But
same, yeah.
With like Odin ripping out crucial pages of his journal, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, what are those? And like, does that specifically give any information about Joy Boy? We know it most likely does about the One Piece, and that's maybe why he ripped them out. But there's just so much here. I also just like that Momonosuke has the like ability to hear voice. Like it's like what they is that the same thing as like mantra? And
Mantra was observation hockey. But the little girl in Skypiea, she had the voice of all things. Because you know she had a very strong mantra, but she could like hear the voices the same way Luffy and Momo could.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
For sure. What do you guys think about? We talked about this earlier. The possibility and chance of Yamato, you know, joining the crew, and what does that look like? I had said that maybe I don't necessarily see that as the role that they need right now. I guess like it's always cool to buffer your crew up because I did say in other videos before that I think Blackbeard's gonna go get Doflamingo and Doflamingo joining the Blackbeard Pirates, so you need buffer.
That'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I would love that.
I think everything is showing that, you know, Doflamingo, Oda doesn't like giving. He didn't kill off Doflamingo. He's down there.
Yeah.
Like Blackbeard's crew is strong enough and deep enough to maybe you don't need send Blackbeard to go, but maybe you can send the second, third in command, whatever. Like I forgot all their names, so just saying like
right.
I forget their names too. Yeah,
I only remember Shiryu because I know he's gonna be Zoro's opponent.
Oh yeah, and Jesus Burgess or whatever.
Oh yeah,
no. But I think Doflamingo is going to join the Blackbeard Pirates, so you do need to buffer up this crew since they're probably going to be one of the last final villains. So
yeah.
But like you just got, and also you just got Jinbei. So like, why would you not go pick up another?
Can you imagine? I'm sorry, there's no other crew except for the Yonkos to get like Jinbei. Imagine if Yamato joined Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy. Like, it's not fair for no. Like at that point, don't forget Chopper, the strongest Straw Cat. Chopper strong, Frankie strong, Brook is strong. Like. At that point, it's just like, but like having 5 top tiers is like this. It's not fair.
Yeah, like all of them could be their own like
captains
of their own crews and stuff.
Oh my god, yeah,
like
that's so cool. I liked like our first round at this. We were talking about someone had mentioned if Yamato joins the crew, which I do believe that's gonna happen.
Same.
But you know, I think you said, Chris, like everyone plays their part on the ship in a sense, or in their role in the pirate crew. And we were asking like what role would she play? And you, Alex, said that people were talking that she might be like writing the diary or the story. Yeah, exactly. She might be writing the story of like what's going on in One Piece and their adventures and whatnot.
I forgot to mention an important part of that whole idea too. It's I think it was at Jaya, like right at the beginning of like the Skypiea arc, you know, when that ship falls down.
Yeah.
And like they go search the ship. The one thing they do find, I think, is it's not even. I mean, they found, I think, a chronicle in that ship, but it's also Nolan was the first person we saw. He chronicled his entire journey. You remember, and that's how they figured out how to get to Skypiea and everything. So I
love Nolan, by the way. Like he's so sick. Dude. I just reread Skypiea recently, and I was like,
no way.
He was fucking badass. Everyone hates Skypiea, and I actually like
everybody.
Skypiea.
The anime, Skypiea anime is bad.
It's slow in the anime.
Yeah.
It's slow. Like it's so slow. But like the manga is crazy, and like I love
the manga's top tier shit. I love it. I seriously love it.
I'm thinking about doing a Skypiea video, so maybe I'll go.
It's worth it. Like because I reread it as well, but like in 2021, and it's it's like a captivating read. So it kind of goes by quick. I find, you know what I mean? And
yeah. It felt quick when I reread it. Like I was like, this is, and there's just so much like new stuff that happens. It's its own little side pocket of an adventure that is so cool. I don't mean to go off about Skypiea. You just reminded me I love Nolan. Like Nolan after that.
Nah, facts.
But just to keep going on Yamato, like the reason why I think I'm suggesting like she might be a chronicler because Oden ripped out the two most important pages of the journal, it seems like it's giving a reason why Yamato would need to join the Straw Hats, because she would want to like find out the truth of, you know, like she would want to find out what the One Piece is, you know what I mean? So like
and she's older and like, you know, big on Oden and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, you know, or my bad.
I don't know anymore. I know I said that last chapter, but I like last time we did this.
No, you're right. Honestly, I usually go by they, but then by habit, sometimes I say she. It's complicated. It's not clear until Oda says it. Honestly,
exactly. Like
I was talking as like Yamato's obsessed with Oden, but Yamato's never came out and said that like I'm a boy.
Yeah,
right. But then also,
I'm obsessed.
Also, Yamato hasn't been called a she in the entire arc so far.
Only been referred to as a he and Kaido's son, and all of this. Like, and I actually took it to the One Piece Discord to like hash this out. The community is so toxic. I'm sorry. Like they were just like, it's a girl because it looks like a girl, duh. And I was like, and then all these people being like, we're not having this conversation again.
A progressive take.
Talked about this. I'm like. Whoa!
No, but
like
on Twitter, they literally say like it's a one-line thing. They're like side boob. That's all they say. And they're like, yo, side boob. I'm like, hey, yo, like y'all need to relax. Like Kiku's right there, you know what I mean? And Izo and all that, you know? But Izo obviously still identifies as a man and everything, even though like he dresses up as a woman.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
I mean, if it's side boob, those could be like the most perfect man tits that have ever existed. I mean, come on, like.
Exactly. So I don't know, but how do you get here?
We were talking just the Yamato.
So like,
if she or they are gonna join the crew or not.
Yamato is inspired by Oden, so why would Yamato not go on this adventure to help the Pirate King to be an asset? She can't. Yamato can throw down.
Who cares? We know what you mean. We know you're a good person.
Like nobody's gonna think like you're doing it in a bad way.
Yeah, no. Yamato can throw down, etc. So it would make sense.
But also, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Oda with the parallels, so it makes sense that would happen. Yeah.
All right.
And just a question to throw out there, like, because again, there's a severe threat. Like even if they like, it seems they're about to beat the Peace Pirate, they're about to beat Kaido, but I just don't see how like Wano is gonna survive this because of the threat of the world government right outside of it, and like now the world government telling CPO like you must stop Luffy. It's not just whoever wins, but it's like you must stop Luffy. Like who's gonna protect Wano once the Straw Hats leave? You know?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to like what Momonosuke says at the beginning of the chapter 2, talking about like if my dad knew the circumstances of what's happening right now, would he still open up the borders? You know, that whole thing.
I didn't even think about that. That's true now.
Yeah,
Not that whole part.
That's like I don't know. It's this whole thing is crazy. I think you brought it up too last time. The fact that there could be an admiral like waiting, like.
Yeah,
I mean that'd be fucking crazy, and I think we all want to see the new one. You guys said it was Green Bull. Is that what you guys said?
Yeah, that's his nickname. I forget his real name, but that's his nickname. You know, like
okay, gotcha. I want to see him so bad. He's got all sorts of weird things going on with it.
I want to see Kizaru. I don't know why. I love
Kizaru. Oh, I think Oda's saving him for the final, like, because he's just as much hyped up as Akainu. You know what I mean? Like. He's been one of those admirals that we just want to see go all out. Do you guys think he's gonna fight Sanji or Zoro?
Sanji.
Yeah.
I think Sanji too.
Yeah. Green Bull saved for Zoro, swordsman.
No, people think it's Fujitora because
that's what I think too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. But
and maybe Jinbe fights the Green Bull. I don't know though.
I wouldn't be surprised because I do think it's like. He might be a physical fighter as well, and like, you know.
Yeah.
That's true. So now we get Raizo and his scene. We talked about it briefly. We're not the biggest Scabbards fans here. I thought the reveal of like Oden's daughter. I thought that was really hype. That did have me flip my phone through it. That was hype when she was like, "How dare I be happy and play this song for you that my father loved." Oh yeah, talk that shit.
But I do think it's important. Like we need to like find I forget what the song is. There's lyrics, but it was called like Moon something. And like, you know, Oda, whenever he specifies a song, it's super important. Like Bing Sake and everything.
Yeah, right.
So this song is like, I don't know what it's about. We're gonna see what it's about, but it's super important. And also, I always thought Momonosuke was gonna kill Orochi, but if Hiyori gets to do it, I'd love it too. You know,
I always thought it was gonna be Hiyori because of what she said to Zoro that one time. She was like, "I need to be the one to kill him." I think it's when he found out what the smile fruit like did or whatever, and she was explaining
the execution.
But the whole thing's crazy. I like her like being smart. I think like the C-Stone nail. That's
Oda's gonna have to kill Orochi off because like
definitely
the most hated one, like
most irredeemable dude like of all time.
This isn't like Caesar or something where he's funny enough to like great piece of shit. Like
he's literally a piece of shit.
You have to kill him off. So that's it for that segment. Do you guys have any more things from that you took away before we go to CP0?
I mean, just to make the comment again, you know, Fukuro Kujo versus Raizo, whatever his name is, versus Raizo lasted longer than Marineford in terms of chapter.
Yeah, that's right.
Insane, bro. I think Oda probably just forgot about them at some point, or he probably introduced the fight too early, and he was like, "Fuck," and then he was like, "No, it doesn't matter."
Yeah, just like, oh shit, I have to include this for good storytelling. Like,
right.
Yeah, let's go back.
So now, Bako, this is your time to shine. You've been on Twitter talking about all this. You've been on Instagram talking shit. Why CP0 some hoes, bro? What's up?
CP0 some hoes because one, I had personal expectations, so it's nothing on Oda. But like, I thought they were Admiral level for real, and they lost to an injured, like not to an injured, like Izo was on the brink of death. You know what I mean? Like he was wobbling. He's like, we cleared the floor, whatever. And he beat two of them. And it's like, bro, like how ass can you be? And I thought they were strong too because they beat Drake like right before.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like Izo's probably gonna be able to damage one, but not even take them out. I thought he was just gonna damage one. He took both of them out, bro. Like it's just it's just so
my thing is I'm confused by it because it's like this is something I'm saying against to you, Oda. You introduce CP9, then you make CP0 seem like they're like the top. They're the behind the Admiral. So it's like, why introduce us to CP0 if like CP? I guess to have a threat or whatever, to have some government presence to like see what the government's talking about. Like, because the elders are pressing. They're like, bro, I don't give a fuck about what's going on there. Take Straw Hat Luffy in now.
Right.
Like, I don't care about Kaido. Leave him alone. we need him in like immediately.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like that's why I'm like confused about like what was the purpose of CP0 if there wasn't going to be at least CP9 level. But I'm okay with that. Like, but it don't really matter. But I'm glad now that we have the speculation of like Robin getting captured over because I didn't want like I saw.
Robin is gonna be the central figure for the rest of the series, bro. Like
No,
even Kaido and Big
like,
Mom.
I don't think it makes sense or it made sense for her to capture right now, at least right now, because you got the government. So it's like, are we gonna split up again? We gotta go to Sabo and Vivi potentially. Maybe we're going to Elbaf. Like it's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Right. Like are you sending two people to go try to get Robin from like Mary Joyce? Like
Right. I think like CP0's role, like they are supposed to be as strong as like we thought, not necessarily Admiral level, but they're supposed to be a big deal. They're like augmented CP9 members. I think technically Rob Lucci is still the leader of what would be Aegis, CP0. Like you see him, but he's like at Mary Joy or I think he's still there because he was at the Reverie. But this is his like group here. And I took it as like Izo just being like insanely strong. He's like a legendary character. Even injured, he was able to take out these guys who took down X-Drake. Like I said this before, I think, but this was my favorite part in the chapter was Izo doing this, and like he took out, I think his name's Maha, they say.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, so weird, but it's just like speaks to his level and Whitebeard's crew in general, and I liked seeing him because we haven't seen him since like Marineford. And you don't even get too much of him there, so this was really cool seeing him do his thing. And I liked that X-Drake comes up and he gets back up and he says to himself, or he thinks to himself, if you think I'm leaving here empty-handed, like you must take me for a fool or something like that. So I think he's gonna try again to at least halt them, to give the Straw Hats a bit of time. Maha says to the other CP0 agent, like, get Nico Robin. So it's still on the table, but now that the 5 elders are contacting CP0 and they're coordinating, saying like, fuck all that, stop like Luffy, basically kill him.
Yeah.
And I like that they're like afraid to go up there too, to like stop
as you should be, bro. The pay is not worth your life, man. Pay is not worth your life. No tax off this.
Also, I do think Drake is gonna try to get some info on like the world government, trying to get some truth, because he's part of that organization, Sword. It's like I think that's his goal. He's like, okay, I got CP0 right in front of me, like I can't just leave without getting any information. If not, it would have been a waste, dude,
that is so crazy, because like there's a panel cover, like a chapter cover of Akainu without his shirt on, and he has a sword tattoo, and everyone suspects he's like the leader of Sword. So to like have these different sects of like government, like you have Sword, CP0, and if a member like X-Drake is trying to get information from CP0, it's like everyone hates Akainu and everything. I actually like Akainu a lot. I don't think he's a good guy, but I think he just I think he hates pirates. I think that's what it is. And he'll do whatever he can to thwart pirates or get rid of them, to like see that he might not just be a government dog. Like he always fights against the 5 elders. He always fights against CP. Like he doesn't like them. To see that it might actually be for like an end that is like not what you'd expect, maybe like kind of good. Like he's not trying to be like under the rule of celestial dragons, possibly. That would be so sick, like if that came out to be like that. So it would be really cool to see the Sword is against CP0. It's fucking sick.
He does give me Garp vibes, but I don't know if he's part of Sword, but I do think he at the end, like he's gonna.
It is speculation, right? I should say that. It's my own headcanon.
No, for sure. But I have seen that. Like a lot of people believe that too. So like it's not like out of nowhere. But like I do think he's gonna clash with Luffy, but I do think at the end he's gonna fight alongside everybody, because I do think Imu and the Gorosei are hiding something very, very ominous. There's like something lurking that the world is gonna have to fight against, and it could be Imu, it could be something more,
Right.
So we got one more big event, but I just want to say something that was funny. I thought it was funny. So Big Mom's in the hole, whatever, and Zeus is like, and Nami's like, "You love me more than Zeus," and he's like, "Of course." Like, I don't even fuck with Big Mom like that. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
No, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. She like set him straight. She like, she's like, "Who's your big dog again?"
Yeah. Now let's get to the final climax of this chapter.
Man,
Luffy versus Kaido. What y'all thinking? What's up? Anybody can go first.
You guys
Take it
can go
away.
first.
Take it away. You first.
So Luffy.
Okay, shit. I think even before that, I want to say like, the Big Mom flashback. Everybody on Twitter was
Oh
wilding.
my god.
She be looking fine, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, right. She looks normal, like a normal person.
right? Like,
So,
what
I
happened
mean,
there?
hold on. Let's be honest. They said she was 15. She looks very.
No. Kaido
that was Kaido who
15.
was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, oh, like you're 15, like don't go to Rocks. I do again. This is another thing. Oda's teasing us with Rocks. Like, just give us the Rocks flashback. I need to see it. Like, I want to like have all these legends. I want to know what happened at God Valley.
For real, dude.
You know, it's just.
I'm a huge fan of Garp, so I really want to see that God Valley thing, like so bad.
So, like, I honestly don't think Garp and Roger managed to beat the crew alone because it's impossible. Like it took what? Like it took Sengoku and Garp alone to fight and not even defeat him, just to like hold off Shiki when Shiki
capture Shiki, yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? And like those two alone, only for one guy. But then Rocks had Rocks, Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, Shiki, and a bunch of other like legendary people we don't know of. Yeah,
Captain
like,
John or whatever.
Captain John.
Yeah.
It's like. Yeah. It's impossible both of them alone defeated them. So I just need to know how they did it. Like what happened.
Yeah. Know? That makes the most sense that they didn't do it alone. And like the way they set it up, if it is true that it was just those two versus them, it's like
right.
That's like that'd be fucking insane. How you not dead? Yeah. How did you not get absolutely destroyed?
Like, even like a regular fight level, like there's like 7, 8 dudes, 7, 8, 9 dudes coming at you, and it's two. Like y'all could be really strong, but at some point, the numbers aren't gonna work in your favor.
Right.
As we're talking about, maybe Naruto came through and helped you. I don't know.
Yeah. But, different universe characters started coming in. Like that.
Maybe it did. But I thought one thing I loved about this chapter was like basically Luffy was like, I don't give a fuck about your old boomer ass. That's what I loved about it. Like he was like, Lynn, like that, like you know how like a normal anime / manga, they start seeing like the visions of what could have been, flashbacks, and Luffy was like, how dare you have the audacity to be like what you dream?
Yeah.
Freedom, kind of on some like Aaron type vibe. Like how dare you talk about?
Yeah.
So we're now gonna finish up talking about the Kaido versus Luffy fight. I even forgot what I was saying. Like it's been so long at this point because of recordings. But what was you guys' impressions and stuff like that?
You can take it if you want, Alex.
Okay, shit. First off, I think I'm loving it. I'm loving the toe-to-toe, like, Conqueror's Haki nonstop. I thought Luffy was gonna have problems with like nonstop putting out that Haki, but I assume it's just like Rio, I guess. Like he's already used to pumping out his Haki, so I guess he's good with it. One thing I do like, obviously, is Drunk Kaido. Drunk Kaido's hilarious. Yeah. Like I love it. Little in action. Like, so I definitely love that. I'm ready for the flashback, and more than anything, so for me, the Izo / CP0 panel, that was my favorite. But then specifically the pre-Gear 4 like Luffy running,
dash.
That was my favorite.
The dash was so sick. That was between the two panels that were my favorite. Was that one you just mentioned, and like the whole Izo Maha guy like doing their final blows against each other. I was like, damn, this shit was sick.
Like those are the two things I said. That's why I said to Getro as well. It's crazy because like for me, I mean, I think it was Morge or Ohara. They have one of them has a theory where Gear 5th is actually a combination of all of the gears, and this looks like Gear 4. Like he's going into Gear 4, but it looks like Gear 2, where like he always steams.
Yeah,
so, like, you're running full speed and there's steam all over him. But even if it's not, like it still looks crazy dope. Yeah. And I love that Snake Man. Like I thought because Katakuri was able to keep up with it eventually, that Kaido was gonna be able to keep up with it like this.
Yeah, dude.
But Big Man is just that quick, and he's beating his ass.
Dude,
so yeah, so
I have
how
some
I feel.
like weird just thoughts about it. Like no strong opinions really, but like
Mhm.
you remember the first time Luffy went up against Kaido, and like in the manga, basically in the anime they extended in a weird way that didn't happen, but in the
Oh, yeah.
manga, like Luffy unleashes on him and Kaido's like laying on the ground getting up, and then in like the blink of an eye he's past Luffy, knocked him out already. So I'm
Facts.
like going back to what you said about Katakuri and how Katakuri, like, you know, Luffy had to become Snake Man to punch faster than Katakuri could see into the future, basically.
Mhm.
I am so surprised that Kaido can't see the punches right now. And I'm like, is that because he's drunk or what is happening right now? Like, did
Right.
Luffy get faster? I don't know. But it's so sick. And yeah, Snake Man's my favorite form. It just looks like the coolest to me too. So
Mhm.
yeah.
No,
Right.
I was gonna say that I think this fight is interesting. I still think it's interesting that Kaido's been drunk the whole time and he hasn't got sober yet and got serious yet. I wonder what that means. But all signs point to Luffy winning this battle. I'm interested, man. So I don't really, and also I like the fact that like I said, Luffy's like, I don't trying to like knock down Kaido's gatekeeping. Like, bro, I don't care.
Yeah.
How dare you speak about freedom when you're oppressing these people for all this amount of time.
Yeah.
Kind of get his little inner Eren Yeager monologue going on or whatever. Yeah. So
I like that.
You guys, I got
Yeah.
nothing else to say about that. Two favorite panels.
Well, actually, can I just add on to that real
Okay,
quick?
yeah, no problem.
Literally, right before we were meeting, I saw a tweet that was going on just about that, and it was comparing Naruto's talk no jutsu, you know? And it's sort of like Naruto always whitewashes what the villain does, but Luffy has depth, you know? He's like, I understand you guys have a backstory, but you just destroyed a country for 20 years nonstop. Like, no matter what, like what we're gonna learn in the flight.
Yeah.
Like Naruto with Obito, he's like, follow your dreams, like it's okay and everything. And like, and then he's like, okay, no, we forgive you. You killed my entire village, but it's okay. Like, you know, like come on.
That is so perfectly said. Like I don't hate Naruto or anything, but like I went from Naruto to then One Piece, and seeing the difference between main characters, I was like, yeah, there's like always empathy and like consideration on Luffy's part. Like he's a deep character, like you said, and that is sick. It's like I can level with you that we each have our own dreams, but my dreams don't oppress people. So yeah,
Right.
like we're going in circles, but yeah, it's such a good point.
Naruto slander, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. So, you guys.
Oh wait, Loki, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh my bad. I don't mean to take up the time. It's just a quick question because I saw Chris posted it on his IG. You guys think he's gonna go into Gear Fifth? Are we gonna find out what Gear Fifth is this arc? Do you guys think that?
Yeah, for sure.
I literally don't know.
I think Kaido's gonna sober up, and I think it's gonna be a different. The tide's gonna swing. That's what I think.
That could happen. I mean, the thing I'm thinking about is either he beats him like using Snake Man with now like, the applied Conqueror's Haki, like because I don't think he did that before, so it might hit different, like very little. The other thing I think is like somehow like either by CP0 now being told to go up there, or like the world government with their ships, and I don't know, maybe Zunisha has something to do with it, but it's not out of my mind just yet. It seems so certain Luffy is going to beat Kaido. This is coming to the end of the fight, but I don't know. It feels like it's all happening very fast, but who knows? I could totally be wrong about that. So
I agree with both of you. And like, I think this fight is going to be interrupted. I think it's going to come after Luffy does like a definitive punch or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know about Gear Fifth because I always thought Gear Fifth was going to be introduced in Wano, and then Advanced Conqueror's Haki, like the coding. I thought that was going to be next arc, you know. But like Oda surprised us with this Conqueror's Hockey, and I'm like, is he gonna do both reveals now, or is he only gonna keep Conqueror's Hockey here and then Gear Fifth later? So I don't know.
Maybe Gear Fifth for Blackbeard. That's kind of like more or less what I think, because I do think Blackbeard's going to be the final enemy. I think people in the One Piece community talk about that all the time, and I subscribe to that opinion. So
same.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
bet.
yeah.
What would you guys rate this chapter out of 10?
You can go first, Jake.
I think this is like a really solid, like what One Piece is in like a nutshell, because it was bouncing back and forth between all of what was happening. You guys pointed it out. We got funny stuff. We saw Izo doing really badass shit. We saw little exposition from the Five Elders talking to CP0, X-Drake, getting up. There's a lot going on. It's like 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 is where I'm at. Like I've said this before. I don't know what the perfect chapter is of One Piece yet, and that might be my problem. Like there's some chapters I love, but I'm waiting for like a chapter to blow my freaking mind. Like so 9 out of 10. I'll say 9 out of 10.
Okay. What about you? Baka?
I honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 from a One Piece perspective, as a One Piece fan. As a manga reader, I definitely put it as like a 9 out of 10, because like, you know what I mean? Like, but just as a One Piece fan, like, especially we had a break, like I thought we were gonna keep going with Big Mom, like, as in like we're gonna see her like just like see her the post defeat Big Mom, like her, like, you know what I mean? I did not think it was gonna be like this action packed. I didn't think it was gonna be an info dump. I thought Oda was gonna hide the thing about Zunisha until the end. So like for me, it's a 10 out of 10. It was crazy. As a manga fan, I'd be like, yeah, 9. 9 is good. You know what I mean? Like it was a good chapter. I really enjoyed it. But I'm looking forward to the next. Like I want to see the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want this to end. Like.
Right. I would say for me, 10 out of 10, bro. Like I feel like it hit every aspect of what you needed. Fighting, information dump, characters we care about, moving the plot. Like this was the best chapter in a minute. Like I know we said every chapter, but like this was the best chapter in a minute.
I say that for every Zoro chapter. Like Jake, I don't know what's the perfect chapter. In my mind, I was like, yeah, 1032 when Zoro finally beats King. I'm like, yeah, that was the perfect chapter.
That was so sick. Yeah.
That was great.
So guys, let's wrap it up. Where can we find you guys at? Anybody can go first.
So you can go
all right. Find us or find me on Instagram at That Boy Steezes and my podcast that I'm a part of, the Buttery Males Podcast, and on Instagram we're the Buttery Males Pod. It's a comedy podcast, and you have to listen to actually hear for yourself the weird wackiness of it. But that's where you can find me. Thanks again for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure. So.
Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on. What about you, Baka? Where can we find you?
Of course.
You can find me on IG at Lightskin Baka. You can find me on YouTube at ACV. My music as well, ACV. Where else can you find me as Lightskin Baka? And that's pretty much it. I don't want y'all anywhere else. You guys can find me on Twitter at your boy ACV. But that's only if you're ready to see slander, see toxicity, and type of, and of course, thank you for having me, bro.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. You guys can follow Anime Gen Show, all podcasts and platforms. Subscribe, Anime Gen Show, Twitter, Anime_Gen Show. You can follow us on TikTok. I would normally post, but I'd be forgetting about TikTok. Not gonna lie. And you can follow my co-host at ID.Lens and RNC Dark, again, Twitch 2 days a week, Monday, Friday at 5:30, and a photographer/videographer in the DMV area. Guys, let us know. Would you rate this chapter 1 through 10? And we are out. Peace.
We used to play.